Welcome to Community Conversations. I'm Frederick County Executive Jan Gardner. Joining me today is Kara Norman, the Executive Director of the Downtown Frederick Partnership. Welcome, Kara.
Thank you for having me.
I'm happy to have you here today to really share with our viewers a little bit more about the mission of the Downtown Frederick Partnership, who belongs to the partnership, and just what the partnership does.
Sure. Well, the partnership is a nonprofit organization, and we work to enhance, promote, and preserve the vitality and economic viability of downtown Frederick. So basically, we're an economic development nonprofit that's focused on downtown. We also have as a part of our mission, historic preservation. Obviously, downtown is a beautiful, beautiful part of our community, and historic preservation is a piece of that. So it's a preservation-based approach to economic development. Because we're a nonprofit, we don't have members per se, so we really work to the benefit of everybody in the downtown Frederick community.
Okay, so you work for, the partnership is really with all the downtown businesses.
All the downtown businesses as well as the downtown residents, and then there are obviously many community organizations, nonprofits and whatnot that are in downtown Frederick as well. And quite honestly, there are big businesses that aren't necessarily in downtown Frederick, but it's important to them as a part of their community, so we work with them as well.
Well, I know you work with our economic development team in the county as well as in the city, as well as with tourism, so there's a lot of organizations that you connect with and partner on. Topics that support downtown.
Yeah, we're very fortunate that this community is really built on partnerships. It's obviously a part of our name, but it's also how we work. And it's wonderful that we have such strong partners in our community that really, we're all working together. We take different pieces of the puzzle, but work together to achieve that common goal.
So how long has Downtown Frederick Partnership been around?
We are actually in our 26th year.
Wow.
So we're older, I think, than most people think. The organization was founded by a group of community leaders and initially was also, in addition to that, community leadership had support from the city and the county as well. So we've been a partnership from the very beginning. What the organization has focused on has shifted a little bit over the years, but we've been very solidly focused on Downtown Frederick and implementing the Main Street program for the past 15, almost 20 years.
What do you think makes Downtown Frederick special and unique?
There are so many things that make Downtown Frederick a great place, but I think at the end of the day, it really comes down to the people. We have these amazing small businesses that are run by folks who's their life's passion to what they do and what they sell in their stores. There are these great people you encounter on the street. We have a lot of great characters in our downtown, and I think it's the people that really make it a winning place. That's not to discount the historic environment and the beautiful streetscape and the wonderful shops and the wonderful businesses and all the community institutions. But at the end of the day, I think it's really the people here who make Downtown Frederick so special.
I think that's such a great answer because, you know, we think about downtown as being the core of our community. We think about the authentic historic district, which I think is a great asset. But at the end of the day, it's really people who make it work. Yeah. And it's that people-to-people interaction, that enthusiasm and energy that people feel when they come downtown that I think is really fabulous and really makes Frederick the envy of mid-sized towns around the country.
Absolutely, and I think it's something that you experience when you're here, and you can't easily transport that somewhere else. Other places could have great architecture, they could have a great streetscape, but that energy, enthusiasm of the people who live here is truly unique.
So tell us about the special events that your organization plans and puts together, because I really do think they are community building. Mm-hmm. They're fun, they support the business community, but they're really something that makes, I think, Frederick special.
Absolutely. We started with probably First Saturday, which is the first Saturday of every month, and we do it all year round. That attracts about 14,000 people on average, so it's a great opportunity for people to get introduced to the downtown Frederick community. In addition to that, we have a Live at 5, which is a happy hour that we do in the summer months that people really enjoy and have a great time. We have movie nights in the summer again at the amphitheater to really have those family-friendly opportunities for people to come out. And then lots of other special events in the year, Frosty Friday, Mayfest, Halloween in downtown Frederick, and many other ways for people to come and get a chance to experience downtown.
Yeah, I think the events are just fantastic. There really is something for everyone.
Yeah.
And you know, you come to a first Saturday and there's music and entertainment. Sometimes there's some more making for the kids, and you know, there's obviously the shopping and the restaurants, and so it really can be a fun experience. And you know, we always see people that we know, and I think that's really wonderful too. So I don't know who comes up with all the themes and all the great ideas, but they do a fabulous job.
Well, thanks. It's a group effort. I think as a staff, we really work hard to come up with ideas, and then we certainly get a lot of input from the business community as well as the residents as well about how we're doing, what's going on, and what we need to change, because things always need to change to reflect where we're headed in the future. So we're always looking to improve and make things even better.
Well, talking about the future, what do you see coming up in 2017 or over the next 3, 4, 5 years?
Yeah, well, I mentioned that the partnership is 26. So in our 25th year, we spent a lot of time thinking about what's next and what are we going to try to do to make Downtown Frederick an even better place in the next 5 years. And we came up with 5 key pieces to focus on. So the first is live downtown and having more people living in downtown. We think that's a really critical part of growing and strengthening Downtown Frederick. Work downtown, which is about the downtown workforce, and that's partly keeping our important government employers in downtown. They're a key part of our employer community, as well as really focusing on tech, because we think that that's a really place where we could be effective as an organization and will have a big impact on downtown. We're huge advocates for the Downtown Hotel, and that's our Stay initiative. We have Play, which is about making Downtown Frederick a seasonal attraction, so not so much new events, but creating some seasonality, holiday lights, flowers in the summertime, those kinds of things. And then finally Connect, which is really about, we have really fantastic parts of Downtown Frederick, but they're not all as interwoven as they need to be, and creating those connections to make all of Downtown Frederick even stronger.
Okay, so what ideas do you have to help connect?
To connect, on the small side, we're doing these connector projects. We're going to do one a year, and we're focusing on things like pedestrian alleyways and connections like that, and enhancing them as spaces so that people feel more comfortable and take advantage of those connections in our downtown to really connect people between places. A larger goal is having a downtown circulator, and something that operates on a daily basis, really extended hours, provides an opportunity to move around our visitor community from space to space in downtown Frederick, as well as for employees of downtown Frederick to have an alternative that is affordable and allows them some off-site parking. So kind of a dual focus with that circulator idea.
Now, how involved are you in the redevelopment on East Street and on the east side of the city of Frederick?
Well, the partnership's boundaries include East Street and probably about 2 blocks beyond that. So that's really a focus for us. Our initial focus in this kind of strategic planning effort is really working on the pedestrian infrastructure, creating stronger sidewalks and pathways so that people can get from the developments that are happening even further east into downtown Frederick. So we're certainly very supportive of the private development that's happening, but our focus in this initial term is on infrastructure to help people get from point A to point B.
Okay, so it's helped to make it more walkable, maybe more bikeable.
Yes, absolutely.
And so I think that's important to the younger generation. And I do think there's some new residential developments that are maybe just outside your core focus, but are really walkable to downtown. And so making that walkable, particularly crossing East Street in certain places, I think is really important.
Yeah, we want those people to call downtown Frederick their home base and their place to go, and making that connection easy, that they can easily walk here, is really important to achieve that.
So when you want to communicate to downtown residents or downtown businesses separately or together, how do you stay connected with all of those many people?
It's a lot of hard work, but we have, obviously no one medium is going to work for just all of them. For the merchants, we have an email listserv. For the downtown residents, we frequently go to the neighborhood advisory committee meetings where they gather and send emails out through that group. We do press releases. We do a lot of social media. So a lot of different venues to reach out to folks. And looking at expanding that even more. We're hoping to grow to the next year and create a newsletter focused just on the downtown property owners, which is another key segment in our community.
So can you share with people where your funding support comes from?
Sure. The partnership has, thankfully, a many-legged stool in terms of funding. So we receive really great support from the City of Frederick we have a memorandum of understanding with them. We are fortunate to receive some trip funding, which comes through the Tourism Council, and we soon will be recipients of the hotel motel tax because of some changes that have happened with that. We also have people who support us because we're a nonprofit and support us in that way for a tax benefit. We have sponsorship, so businesses that want to be affiliated with an event sponsor that event. And then finally we have earned income. So Alive at 5, as an example, is our largest event-related fundraiser.
Okay.
So a lot of different prongs.
That's a lot to manage, and I know you have a very small staff.
Yeah.
So if people want to learn more about what's happening in downtown Frederick, how can they best gather that information?
Well, they are welcome to check out our website, which is downtownfrederick.org. All of the staff's contact information is on there as well. And then we have a general email address, which is just mainstreet@downtownfrederick.org. So if you don't know who to talk to, just send it to that address and we'll send it to the right person. So that's a great place to get information.
Well, I want to thank you for joining me today, and I really want to thank you for all you do. I'm very proud of Downtown Frederick. It really supports the entire county. So when I travel around the state, I'm always pleased to be able to tell people what's happening in Frederick, and I really encourage them to always come to those first Saturday events and really experience what's happening in the city of Frederick. So thank you for your good work. I think you've helped to put us on the map.
Well, thank you. And it's great that we have so many partners and so many participants in helping tell this story and being a part of making Downtown Frederick an even better place.
Thank you for joining us. I hope you learned a little bit about the Downtown Frederick Partnership. Get involved. Sometimes we need to find out what's happening in our own community. Come to a First Saturday event or to another Alive at 5 or another one of the great events that are happening in the city of Frederick. It really builds a sense of community, and it really is the people and the enthusiasm and the energy that makes this community a great place to live. Thank you for joining us.